A porn actress could have to pay $1 million for breaking her silence about President Donald Trump.
Stormy Daniels told 60 Minutes she had sex with Trump in 2006. The president denies that, but his personal attorney paid Daniels to keep quiet in the run-up to the election. That left us wondering, how common are non-disclosure agreements? Good question. John Lauritsen explains who uses them and how they work.
For sitting here talking to me today, you could be fined $1 million. I mean, aren't you taking a big risk?
I am.
But it's a risk people take every day. In its true form, a non-disclosure agreement, or NDA, is essentially a confidentiality agreement between two parties.
They can agree by signing, they can agree through their actions, they can agree through a handshake and then write it down later.
What they're writing down is exactly what information can and can't be disclosed. Professor Carol Chomsky is with the University of Minnesota Law School. She says NDAs are legal and common and range from business to personal. Minnesota and Wisconsin have similar laws.
The general principles are the same across the state.
Companies use NDAs to keep employees from leaking trade secrets. In personal matters, non-disclosure violations can be wide-ranging.
That could be just sitting down with Anderson Cooper and talking about spanking Mr. Trump with a magazine, right? That might be a violation.
They're saying every time she says something that violates the agreement not to disclose, it constitutes a separate violation.
Violating a non-disclosure can result in a lawsuit or an injunction to stop the behavior immediately. But in Daniel's case, she could argue that she felt pressured or even threatened to sign the non-disclosure in the first place.
The story was coming out again. I was concerned for my family and their safety.
The other side of that, of course, is she did take the funds that were offered, and that is an action that suggests agreement.
Daniels received $130,000 from Trump's attorney, Michael Cohen. In the spirit of confidentiality, it could be up to a judge to decide who violated what.
There's so many issues related to this one that I would hesitate to predict what the outcome will be.
John Lauritsen, WCCO 4 News.
Professor Chomsky told John that in some sexual harassment cases, a judge can order someone to testify. Then a non-disclosure agreement is no longer valid. If you have a good question, please email it by going to WCCO.com/links.